inside the game is better than on the street or
So it's like with boxing. The one thing about boxing, people watch boxing and think for someone to go into a boxing ring and punch somebody, you have to be angry. But it's not. Boxing is an art. Boxing is about hitting and not getting hit. And if you're angry in a fight, if you get very angry and you try to knock your opponent out, you make big mistakes. That's one thing I realized is never be angry in a fight. If you're gonna do a fight, like a disciplined fight, like karate, fencing, boxing, it's all about being calm, hit and move and be very relaxed.
So while competing, do you happen to have a word or a mantra that you say to yourself?
I always say to myself that work hard and never give up, that's one. And I always like to work harder than my opponent. So if my opponent's up every morning at 6 a.m, I wake up at 5 a.m, I make sure that I wake up early. And another thing I've always been doing is I like to work hard in the gym, because the harder you train in the gym or in your discipline, the easier the fight will be. That's one thing I've realized. I mean, same for you, when you do your fencing, I'm sure that you work so hard in fencing in the gym and everything, that sometimes the fencing competition is easier. You know, so that's what happens. Sometimes my sparring and my training is harder than the fight.
So what about like a word that you say to yourself while competing or before the competition starts?
I always remember God. I always remember Allah before I fight. God's always been there for me. And to have that inner strength, and to have that strength from Allah, and making sure that you have someone watching over you is a big help, because when you go into a boxing ring, just like fencing, when you go into a fencing competition, you're on your own. There's no one there to help you.